Hello everybody, and y'all, if y'all been watching the channel, seen my videos, if you're new, or if you're new, let me rephrase that. Been watching the channel, you know I've been having problems with guppies being sick, and if you're new, I have been having problems with guppies being sick. Last week, I did my last ditch Hail Mary. Did like 95% water changes, cleaned all my filters out, dosed a whole bunch of H2O2 and Canaplex, and I even mentioned I suspected that I may have an ick outbreak with lower temperature, and I did in a couple. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 tanks. Well, there's 5 tanks with ick meds. That's why this is looking blue. Because ever since I was a kid, this is what I've used for ick. Knox ick. Ever since I was a child with fish tanks in my bedroom. And it's always done me good. So I'll stick with it. I think some of that, the main ingredient is malachite green and sodium chloride. Salt. Salt and malachite green. Which, while not ideal for plants, will work on the fungus issue I have as well. So, there's a spot of ick on that big girl. Not real bad ick. It may not even be ick, but I think it is. It may just be the remnants. But anyway, what I did last week was completely cured a lot of the tanks. The tanks that have been battling it hard, it's looking good. I've only seen like one dead fish, and it was in here. And there's so many fish in here, it may not even been because of the disease. This tank that has had it the worst, and you can tell there's still some signs of it on several fish, but nothing at all like it was. And I've only seen a couple cases of Popeye, and that was an issue as well. There's a Popeye down there. So, but look how good. I thought I was going to lose these panda guppies before, but the panda guppies are completely cured, looking A+. Look at those guys. Damn. Not even a little bit of anything on them. They're looking A+, badass, good to go. Hell yeah. That makes me super duper fucking happy, and they're not minding the new 74-degree temp. I don't think the heater even runs on these. I think the heater's on the floor run, and as the heat rises, it keeps all the other tanks. Because I set them all at like 72, 73, 7, something in that neighborhood. They're all about 74, it looks like, at the top tanks. This tank, 72, 72, 72, 72. So, lower temperature, combined with Canaplex, combined with H2O2, combined with completely cleaning the tanks out as best you can, clean a super heavily planted tank. I've done it. And I even see baby shrimps in here. So lower temperatures made them guys happy. That makes me. The yellow goldenbacks, those shrimp, they don't do good in the higher temperatures. Some of the fire reds, they breed like crazy when it was in higher temperatures, but the yellow goldenbacks don't seem to do so hot. And I still do plan on getting rid of most of my fish. The ones that are in demand and I sell, I'll probably end up keeping. The red mosaics and the pandas, and I'm going to keep this tank going, the hybrid project. But the other tanks are probably just going to be shrimp tanks, so it's okay. But I have gotten, I am going to be selling, well, I may be selling my AP 100 air pump, because I just bought, let's see, I bought enough and some spares power heads to run all these sponge filters with power heads instead of air. I'm figuring that's going to help circulation. Circulation is good. I know when this thing went from air powered to pump powered, it really made a big difference. These fish don't seem to be that sick compared to the other tanks, and the plants even responded. More circulation. The plants liked it a whole lot. So for the 40-gallon breeders, I bought 250 gallon per hour power heads, and for the 20-gallon shrimp only tanks right now, I got 60 gallon per hour power heads. So that's, one thing I've noticed, this moss. Some of the tanks, they got used to growing in the 80-degree temperature. Some of this moss is looking kind of, when it's not dying, it's just not looking super awesome like it usually does. There's one with the ick. Oh, I saw it with my eyes. I don't know if I got it on camera. There's one with a significant case of ick in here. I'm sure you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen it or not. There's some icky ick down here. More circulation. I'll get some of this and mulm stirred up, and then the filters. I'll have to clean the filters a lot more. But in the end, it's going to be good for the fish, and it's going to be good for the shrimp. Because I have noticed in my tanks with power filters, hang on back filters, with more circulation, even the shrimp appreciate it and do better. So we're going to sock it through water, circulate water, filter water a little bit better, see what happens. I'm going to keep giving these doses of meds. The panda guppies, super freaking fabulous, awesome as hell, doing super good. All the tanks are doing good. Like I said, all these tanks, I only seen one dead fish for the entire last week. And I'm back to working on the road again, so I'm not home to babysit everything every day. So it's pretty important that what I did worked, because my wife is home to feed them. She can put a little bit of meds in, but she don't really know what she's looking for or what to do. I'll call her and have her take a look, like, are the white spots gone? I don't see any. And I come home, they really are about gone. There really ain't that many. So doing pretty good. Makes me happy. But I'm gonna end up getting rid of most of these guppies. Not because I want to, but I mean, if you're new to this channel, I talk about work and all that stuff. I've been doing all these tanks, all these guppies, and working a job that I often have to work overtime, be gone on the road. And even when I don't work overtime, there's 4 days a week. Even when I'm home and not working overtime, 4 days a week I'm gone from 5:15 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night. That's just how it is. 4 days a week. So those days I don't really feel like messing with anything. I think I'm getting burned out a little bit. There's much work all these fish, all these guppies are ended up being. And obviously you have the spending hundreds of dollars on meds situation. And that sucks. But damn. These pandas are looking good. These guys are looking real good. Makes me real happy. See these guys doing so good. This is the one I almost lost like a couple months back. Due to something not even related to this. So I'm fighting this now. See, most of these are pretty healthy looking fish. So hopefully by the end of April, May, when the warm weather's here and dependable, and I can start shipping, I'm gonna sell all these I can. And probably by a day like June 1st or whatever, whatever's not sold, I'm gonna go in the guppy pond. Are the ones I'm gonna get rid of. So I'm not gonna be selling anything now. The weather's too unpredictable in March and first half of April. Weather's too nuts to be shipping fish. I've tried shipping fish a couple times this winter, and it's been very unreliable, let's say that. So there's one that's looking kind of bad still. But that's like the worst one. Like I said, I don't think it's columnaris anymore. I don't, because it's not killing them now. They were dying at first, but no, they're not dying now. So we'll see. This week is just top off week as far as maintenance goes. But I think I'm gonna do some duckweed removal with the handy dandy shop vac down there. Shrimp tanks are getting super bad of duckweed. This tank, I think it never even comes back on. That tank's covered, that tank's covered, that tank's covered, that tank's covered. This tank is starting to get bad. That tank, not too bad. This tank's got a little bit. None. Bad. Bad, super bad, super bad, super bad. So, sometime tonight, Saturday, I'm ready to start on that. I was going to start working on the power head stuff, but I tried to oh, here's one of the 250 gallon per hour power heads I got. I was going to start trying to get them hooked up, but those intakes, none of them match up with the size pipes I got. So I'm going to have to redo all my filters. I'm going to put an elbow on them so the suction cup power heads will work. But hold on, I'm going to show. That's the one I got for the 40 breeders. Let me show you the ones I got for the 20 gallon tanks. They're pretty cool looking. Look at this little feller. That's my hand. It's just an itty bitty little baby. Powerhead. Let's see if I can get the focus on here. Aquanate. APH 60. 60 gallons per hour. I got 12 of these for 10 tanks and 2 spares. And then for the 250 watt ones, I bought 10 of them, 8 tanks and 2 spares. I realize these are cheapos, but keep a couple spares on hand. I mean, realistically, we have so many freaking fish tanks going on here that if I was to get good power heads for all the tanks, I would have probably spent $400 or $500 on power heads. But I got these. Maybe as these start failing, I'll get good ones. I start having to use the 2 backup ones. I will start getting the nicer ones. But to start off, I got these cheaper ones. These little tiny dudes. Hopefully they work. I mean, I got them off Amazon, reading the reviews on them. And you know how that goes. These are like 3.5 stars on the Aquanate power heads, so we'll see. I'm sure they'll get me by for a while. A lot of people who write bad reviews are, sometimes people legitimately get bad products, but I think a lot of times people just don't know how to use what they've got, or they're expecting miracles. I'm not expecting miracles. I'm expecting to get better flow than what my air provides. So that's what I'm after on these little dudes. I've never seen one so little before. Look at that. Anyways, after, I said I'm going to do all this on my vacation, which is not next week but the week after. I'm taking a vacation from work to work on fish tanks and get all this stuff updated, settled in. I'm feeling rejuvenated. I'm feeling hopeful. Things are looking up. I'm not frustrated no more. I just need to make my life a little easier for the time being. I'm going to be slowly phasing out. I think I'm even going to get rid of my Rainbow Tiger Endlers, believe it or not. And this tank, I'm going to turn into a $1 cherry shrimp tank. I'm going to raise thousands and thousands of cherry shrimp. Sell them for $1. Just my little, some of my fire reds, throw some in there. Well, there's already some in there, but I killed 3/4 of them with my Levamisol issue. But that colony, my original fire red colony, is going crazy again. And I'm just going to start scooping out. I'll scoop out like 3/4 of the ones in there. Put them in there. And sometime by this summer, I'll probably have 5,000 shrimp in there. Especially without endlers. So, we'll see. Probably gonna get rid of those. And just go shrimp crazy. Shipping shrimp is way easier. Raising shrimp is way easier. Taking care of shrimp is way easier. And I need a break. Not a break, but Need to ease my workload up a little bit, because I am getting. It may never even happen without all these sick fish issues happening. But I'm hopeful. I'm happy with it again. I'll be honest, last couple of weeks I've been pretty, not ready to say F it all. With all this I've had going on the last few weeks. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to make my life a little easier. Going to mainly shrimp. And as far as trying to get this to pay for itself, that is a wise move as well. Because what is happening when I use all this water, do all these water changes, being on municipal, your sewer bill is connected to your water bill. Well, the more water you use, the higher your sewer bill gets, obviously. But if your water usage gets crazy high, like mine is, then it's like your sewer bill goes up exponentially. So there's some months like the sewer part of my bill is over $80 some, which, yeah. So the economics of it too, and the time. But I'll show you something else. I gotta get this back in this box, and I'll show you guys something else. Okay, this is the most badass thing going on in the whole house. We have hundreds of green jade shrimp. So I finally got the numbers to the critical mass where they're just gonna start breeding like freaking crazy. I mean, everywhere you look. Beautiful green shrimp, little baby shrimp. I mean, they're everywhere in here. Little baby green shrimp, grown up shrimp. And they're everywhere. And I'm super pumped. And they're all looking pretty good. I mean, there really ain't a whole lot of bad ones. I mean, even all the way down here. There's shrimp everywhere. Like, look right there. There's like, just in that little picture, there's like freaking 10 or 12 shrimp. Just in frame right there. And you go all the way back to that. You get a picture, you can get an idea just how many are in there. This moss, look at this moss. Out of this world. Here's a little baby one. And they're everywhere. They're doing so good. That great big clump growing on the filter intakes. Like taking up like a quarter of the tank now. God, there's like, it's up there by the heater. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's at least 20 of them just right there by the filter. There's so many of them. This is making me super duper happy. So, there's that. I'll have to end up doing some moss cleaning in this tank. Some moss trimming, cleaning, organizing. Get some hair allergy issues again in here. Do some H2O2. There's a coal candidate. Right there. There's a freaking focus. There we go. There's a coal candidate. Really though. I did that one call a while back. I mean, I could probably still call. There's the one that I would probably end up calling. Yeah, that's a call. I think I'm going to do some calling in this, even though there's not a whole lot, but with this tank being so big, I don't want the bad ones to get away from me. So I got to stay on top of it. And there's always going to be a few that I miss. In such a big, wild tank. There's some little guys. Can't get them on screen, but yeah. This thing is doing so good. You know, it's a wild, overgrown mess right now. Look how good that little wiggy looks. Look at the red on it. The pink. And so good. Once I realized my TDS on this tank was out of whack, and I did a water change every week in it for about a month, and the shrimp population has just exploded since I've got that under control. But things are looking up around here. Some changes are coming. It'll be good. It'll be good. I'd like to thank y'all for taking the time to watch my videos. So, thanks again. Bye.